There's the phrase we often use when something takes a long time to explain. It's complicated. But what we mean by that is that we understand most of what the issues are and have some sense, or can find experts who have a good sense, of how we can move forward, even with a lot of pieces that have to be put in place. But Braveable leaders, we often say, it's complex, because complex situations are different from complicated situations. They have a lot of variables, they have to be identified, and there are typically multiple stakeholders to take into account. And what worked before needs to be adapted or even abandoned. Sometimes these situations come out of the blue, or they have been developing over a period of time. I think of the current effort to address race relations and enhance inclusion and belonging as complex situations. We may have some sense of what the issues are, but exactly how to address them for the long term is still a mystery. Sure, there's research, but because there are so many layers contributing to the complexity of the problem, the solution becomes more like a Rubik's Cube than solving for a single variable. It's an entire system. I'm known as a person who steps into the void, so I've seen my share of complex, seemingly intractable situations. In those cases, I do the following. First, I communicate. I make it clear at the outset that we are actually facing a very complex situation and that it's going to take some time and some experiments to move forward. I like to say not only that this situation is a marathon, not a sprint, but that it's also somewhat of a relay race where our solutions will continue to build on each other. I activate my curiosity, and I do that in two ways. First, I identify a key stakeholder or holders to create a small team, and then I gather data with that team. Things like research, I do a lot of conversations with different constituencies, peer programs, and programs outside of our industry. And then I let things percolate. And by this I mean that I make time to relax and let the information I'm learning percolate while I work on another project, or better yet, take a break. Anything to give my subconscious mind time to make connections among the data. I'm waiting for aha moments, unexpected flashes of insight that will point to a way forward. And I think that these last two steps, activating your curiosity and percolating, are two of the most critical steps in dealing with complex situations.